Hi everyone, so all week I'm going to be making videos this week all on the lead up to Christmas, talking about different types of stress or different types of dilemmas people can find themselves in around this time of year. So Christmas for lots of people can be a brilliant time, you know, exciting, stress-free, happy, but for many of us that's not the case. I mean, I find Christmas stressful sometimes. I mean, I've got a list. I literally was putting my to-do list together for everything I've got to do between now and Christmas. It's a lot of things and it can leave you feeling stressed. For many other people, if you're already struggling with low moods or depression, Christmas can be even worse, and anxiety as well. So all I'm going to give you is 5 tips for if you are being affected by low moods at Christmas or even stress. This can apply to. So the first one is to have an exit plan for the day. So loads of times people will go into situations and they won't think about an exit plan. So they'll say, well, I've got to go to my parents for Christmas, or I've got to do this and I'm really anxious, really nervous, and I don't feel I can get through the day. But they'll just build themselves up to say they have to. You don't have to do anything on Christmas Day, or even, you know, you don't have to go anywhere or do anything. You can choose. But if you have an exit plan, it helps you to feel more comfortable about being there. So your exit plan might be, if I don't feel up to it after an hour, I'm going to make my excuses and leave. Or it might be that you say in advance, you phone like the host, so where you're going for Christmas, and you'll say, I'll come along, but I'm just letting you know that I may not stay for long. And you may just go for a little bit and leave, but have an exit plan in mind. The second thing is, remember, it's just one day of the year. The build up to Christmas can be really stressful, but just remember that Christmas itself is just one day. So try not to get yourself too anxious and too worked up about one day of the year, because, you know, it's about saying to yourself that I'm not going to kind of get myself so worked up for one day, because if I put these plans in place, then they're going to work. But also I've got, you know, another 364 days of the year to go. It's the same as taking things day by day, which is the next thing, is whatever your well-being habits are that you've been putting in place throughout the year, don't let them slide because it's Christmas. So if you know that drinking, because drinking is a depressant, but if you know that when you drink you become even more low and it just really affects your mood, then you might say, I'm putting in place not to have too many drinks. And then you have to stick to that. It's not about anyone else saying to you, oh, it's Christmas, have a drink, or anyone saying to you, oh, you're drinking too much. You have to take responsibility for that, of what you feel is acceptable or not. The second thing to think about when it comes to habits is, if you've had a habit of, you know, these are my well-being habits. I make sure I do exercise every day. I do my meditation every day. Don't skip that just because it's Christmas. Maybe that's when you need it even more. Maybe you need to get up even earlier on Christmas Day and meditate, because you're going to your family at Christmas and maybe you don't have a good relationship with them. So meditation might actually help. The other thing to think about is to step out of your comfort zone. View this as an opportunity for you to push yourself more than you normally would. Because when you push yourself out your comfort zone, it teaches you something about yourself. So maybe by doing that, you can say, well, I didn't really want to do it and I was feeling really anxious. But you know what? When I got there and I spent the whole day with my family, or, you know, at Christmas with my in-laws or whatever it is, I felt really good. I felt proud of myself because I've achieved something. So have like a challenge in sight. And the final thing is to prepare in advance. Think about the best case scenario and the worst case scenario. So when you're mentally preparing, when you're doing an exit plan, you're preparing for what you're actually going to do. When you're doing preparing mentally, you're looking at, okay, what could be the worst case scenario? What could be the best case scenario? You're already running that through in your head. You're not doing it to the degree where you're saying, well, this is definitely going to happen, or that's not going to happen. You're saying, okay, well, if I go to my family for Christmas and people start arguing, or this happens, this is how I will tackle it. But what if I go to my family at Christmas and it's brilliant and we all get on and that happens? You can have both scenarios in your head so that you're not like worrying as much, because you've already worked out what you'll do in each situation. So I hope you found this useful. As I said, throughout this week, I will be doing videos all related to Christmas. And yeah, I'll speak to you then. Feel free to leave your comments and let me know what you think. Thank you. Bye.